Are you ready for a fabulous February? I think we have found it. I hope. So I love this. We're entering into February in a new Lunar New Year because Lunar New Year is January 29th. And it's the year of the snake. So again, I've said this before, after the drama of the year of the dragon, this is going to be a much chiller year in theory. Yeah, on paper, whatever. So February is really the first month that we're going to feel the energy of the year of the snake. So I've talked about this. I'm not going to talk about it more in this video. You can go back and watch the 9-year in numerology video, or you can watch the year of the snake video. But I really am loving this energy. So we're kicking off February with, again, the year of the snake energy. And February 2nd, we start off with Groundhog Day. Great movie. But it's going to be really interesting to see what Punxsutawney Phil sees this year. I say his name wrong all the time. It's Punxsutawney Phil. I think I'm saying it right now. But it's going to be interesting to see what's going on there because we've had some weird, interesting weather in the South this year already. Very interesting. So on February 4th, we have Jupiter going direct in Gemini. And also we have Venus moving into Aries, just adding a splash of fire to, all things that Venus rules, which is basically our money and our love life, our relationships, not necessarily just romantic ones. Yeah. On the 12th, we have a full moon in Leo that hits its peak at 8:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All my times are Eastern Standard Time because, well, that's where I live. Yeah. On the 14th, we have Valentine's Day and Mercury moving into Pisces. Now, Mercury is not fond of Pisces. Really not a happy place for Mercury. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting little twist on communication on this Valentine's Day, this important holiday for romance. I know, I'm such a romantic, right? On the 18th, we have the sun moving into Pisces, joining quite the party in Pisces, by the way. Sorry, there's a hair tickle on my face. On the 23rd, we have Mars going direct in Cancer. On the 27th, we have a new moon in Pisces that hits its peak at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I just want to say, this is quite the little party in Pisces this month. It is. But having Mars go direct from the 23rd until March 1st, this is our small window when we have all the planets direct. Now, planets in retrograde are not a bad thing. It is a time for us to enter the re-season, like I like to call it, where we reevaluate, we redo, we fill in the blank. Whatever you need to do, you reassess. And I think that this is the perfect year for us to not see a huge window of opportunity where all the planets are direct at once. 9 is all about rebirth. It's about living through some endings so that we can have some new beginnings, coming to a conclusion, because we are in a 9-year. And I think that, again, with the year of the snake, I've talked about this in other videos. I'm not going to go in a lot of detail here. But I think that this is a kind of a good year for us to not have this huge gap between retrogrades, between planets being in retrograde. Sometimes we'll have as much as 4 months of planets or 3 months of planets that are all direct at one time. But this year we don't. We just have a very small window just from the 23rd of February until March 1st. So that being said, We're ending February with one planet in fire, which is Venus in Aries, two planets in air, which is Jupiter in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. And Pluto should be camped out in Aquarius for a minute. 2044 is when Pluto comes out of Aquarius. So then we also have one planet and south node in Earth. So we have Uranus camped out in Taurus, and we have south node in Virgo. And in Pisces, oh my gosh, well, there's 5 planets and north node in water. And so we have Mars in Cancer, but Pisces is like the party hub, right? Because we've got North Node, Sun, Saturn, Mercury, and Neptune all in Pisces for this period of time. It's, yeah, if you got a lot of stuff in your chart that's in Pisces, you might want to check this out and see what's going on with you and what's happening with you this month. It's very interesting, very interesting. Okay, so the crystal of the month this month is selenite. Now, I realized that we had this crystal as the crystal of the month in October of 2044. Oh my gosh, 2024. What is wrong with me? I am drinking coffee. I am. But we had, in October of 2024, selenite was the crystal of the month. So the reason why selenite is coming back up at this time is because it's a great remover of negative energy, and it removes negative energy. It cleanses auras. It provides protection. It helps with releasing, a big component of being in the year of the 9 and in the year of the snake, for that matter. And it also helps to get rid, as I said, with negative energy, but it's also negative energy associated with emotions like mental and emotional pain. So this is a wonderful time to just sort of like use the selenite to cleanse, clear, release, so that we can move on and so that we can like have some new beginnings and some new wonderful things coming into our life. I'm going to read a tiny little snippet of it because I have read about this crystal before, but here it is. And I'll show you some more examples in just a second. But here is the basics. It works as a vacuum cleaner to purify and cleanse the aura. It opens and stimulates the crown chakra, bringing in the divine light of the cosmos. It allows you to move forward in strength. That, again, is 9 energy. It is. It connects to your higher self and the I am presence. It clears away the old and helps make way for the new, vibrant energy and a deeper spiritual connection. And I think that is just, it's about spiritual awakening. And I think that this is a fantastic year for that. I don't really think that there's a bad year for that. I really don't. But I'm just saying this is a pretty good year for that. So these are all the examples that I have for sale in my booth, and I just found out that someone published my website and there's nothing on it, so there's nothing new on my website right now. But this is the stuff that I have for sale. So I have some wands. This one has all the chakras on it, the chakra symbols, because it is really fantastic for clearing chakras. For that matter, this is a necklace, although my husband hangs it in his car. I also have one hanging beside my bed. It also has crystals that symbolize each chakra. I have some raw pieces of selenite. I have some smooth. This is also a wand. These are considered wands. I have a wand that has like a pointy tip. I love that. I have this thing that I sit other crystals on top of because it has a little divot in the center. I also have selenite bowls. I have some orange selenite, as you will see, that's moon and sphere. I also have some round ones. I didn't pull those out of my booth for this though. And I have some with the seed of life on them. I have some, like, I love these. They're just the perfect size. I know you can't see it with the reflection of the lights. This one has the Hamsa on it. Also great for protection. And this one is just a plain one, but I love the oval sort of shape. I just like those shapes. And then of course I have the round, and I have these in orange as well. But those are the ones that, like, I keep around. And I also, I have earrings. I have some jewelry. I have some earrings and some necklaces with selenite in them. These are things that I keep in my booth all the time. And I highly recommend that, like, you go check out, like, your local metaphysical store. I can tell you right now, they probably have a ton of selenite. And I also have an athame made out of selenite. I love it. Also something I use quite a bit. Yeah. Okay. So today I am also, like, as usual, I'm going to be pulling cards from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. If I can get this to get in focus. I know. My Canon has one job. And I'm also pulling from the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. Love these cards. And as I say almost every month, this is one of the, like, few decks that I read from the book, Yasmin Boland. And it's just because the book has so much information that I really feel like is vital when I'm pulling those cards. Everything else, just intuition. So that being said, I'm really excited about, like, moving into February and really getting the energy of this year of the snake. It's a very exciting time. It is. There's not a huge amount of transits happening in February, but the ones that are happening, I feel like it's really important. I mean, we've got 2 planets going direct. We have Venus moving into Aries. I love it. I love it. A little bit hesitant about Mercury going into Pisces, but that's because I'm double ruled by Mercury. So anytime Mercury is uncomfortable, I feel it. And he's our planet of communication. I mean, come on. But let's see what your individual numerology is for this month. I know. I think it really has an opportunity to be fantastic. So let's see what's shaking out for you. Hello, Life Path 5. Wow. February for you is a 7 month. And you know, 7 is such a spiritual number because it is all about spiritual expansion and spiritual connection, like expanding our metaphysical knowledge, our spiritual studies. It's all about that time of searching for and recognizing peace when we find it. But the spiritual connection is not just to, you know, us and the universe. It's also our connection to each other and to nature. I mean, it's the spiritual connection that we should have with ourselves as well. I think this is such a magnificent month for this because, again, we are, like, well, by the time this comes out, we'll be in the year of the snake. So we're in a 9-year and the year of the snake. And I think that this is a wonderful time for you to really sit back and think and, like, have that introspection that the 7 energy, the 7 vibration brings in. That contemplation and, like, introspection, and that really, the assessment, analyzing, and just thinking, is this what I want? Is this where I'm at? Like, where I've been planning to go with my life, with my spiritual life, with my cat. It truly is a wonderful time. it may not be the easiest time for everyone, because not everybody is interested in having that time of insight, that time of trying to trust their own judgment. And that really is like the energy of the 7 is trusting your own judgment, and like opening yourself up to different philosophies. I kind of like it. Because again, when we're expanding ourselves spiritually, or we're expanding our metaphysical like knowledge and our spiritual study, it gives us that time to discover more about ourselves, a different layer about ourselves, or a deeper part of ourselves that maybe doesn't come easy to some of us. Really, Mouse, I love it. The mantra of the 7 is, I am graceful spirit, finding insight, beauty, and peace all around me. And this is a time of definitely like putting that energy into finding peace, searching for peace, but recognizing it. Because peace looks different for all of us. It does. People that are afraid of water may not find peace at the ocean. People that are afraid of heights may not find peace in the mountains. It looks different for everyone. So keep that in mind. The lesson of the 7 is making choices without retreating from others, finding the answers and trusting, finding the answers within yourself and trusting them, because this truly is a time to trust your own judgment. What do you think, Mouse? Can you trust your own judgment? He's so much fun. He really is. The shadow side of a 7 is self-imposed isolation, self-doubt, running from problems or decisions, and insecurity, which doesn't, I don't think that's going to be those are not going to be natural feelings for a life path 5, but I don't know, maybe it does. Maybe it is like those are natural elements that can enter your life. Because like with a life path 5, you know, your shadow sides are difficulty harnessing energy. What is he doing? I know what you're doing. You're eating out of my plate. Really? I mean, he has like bowls all around here. The shadow sides of the 5 is difficulty harnessing the energy, because you are such a vibrant energy. You're so dynamic and so energetic that it is kind of hard for you to harness your energy in sometimes. But imagined limitations, like unable to move beyond imagined limitations, for me is the biggest shadow side of a 5, because that can lead to like nervous or restless energy when you imagine all these limitations around you. 5 energy is not and should not be limited, because you are a very energetic life path. You really are. I think this month could really sing to your soul if you can find peace and recognize it. It's certainly going to help you open yourself up spiritually to an additional layer of spiritual connection, spiritual study, and metaphysical knowledge. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're all about passion, energy, gregarious, engaging, and dynamic, like butterfly. That's a good way to put it. You are a butterfly. So, with your mantra, I am energy, creative action, rejuvenating, dynamic, inspiring, and passionate. I love this for you. I really do. So, let's see what kind of advice cards we get for you for February. Really excited about this. Really would like for Mouse to find a good space and just get comfortable, because he's kind of all over the place right now. It's very distracting, Life Path 5. But you're used to changes, so it's all good, right? I think the selenite could really help ground you this month. Maybe you're the reason why I chose the selenite again. But the snake energy, the year of the snake is also very grounding. I like it. I like it. Oh, goodness. All right. Ooh, Guinevere, true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Oh, I love that. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Valentine's Day. Yeah, when I make the thumbnails for February every year, I always look for something with a heart in it, you know. I guess this is the third year, because I started my channel late in 2022. So, it's the third year. Ooh, nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, moon. That is very interesting. Nothing will come of this situation. Mouse, yes, I've seen you, and you've like left hair all over me, dude. I know. I'm sorry you're angry. Okay. Nothing will come of this situation, void, of course, moon. In a form of astrology known as horary, where an astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked and decoded. Wow. A void of course moon means nothing will come of this matter, or the situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you were asking. For example, if you were worried about something, whatever it was, this card could be taken as a sign that there's nothing to worry about. However, if you're asking about a new project of any kind, including a new relationship, it's a sign to adjust your expectations or to change things so that you get a different outcome. Remember, the cards can only predict what you are currently creating, and you can change that with both your behavior and your beliefs. I trust in my highest good. And that is important. Trust during this month is important. A 7-month, this is a lot of spiritual energy. It's a lot of philosophy. It's a lot of contemplation. And it's definitely a time to trust your own judgment, have faith, and listen to your intuition. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 5. I really, really appreciate your support on my channel. Don't forget, I have live shows on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this same channel. And I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous February. So until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.